it going, everyone? So today I have a Vantrue Dashcam here, and we're going to be installing it on my 2008 Saab III Turbo X. Now I had this sent to me by Vantrue, and for the price it's about an $80 dashcam. It's got a lot of features. It's got stuff such as park assist, and it's got a 1080p camera, 30 frames per second. It can hold a pretty big sized SD card. But today we're just going to be doing the installation. Now for those of you that have a Saab 9.3 or even a 9.5, there aren't really any videos out there on installing a dash cam on these cars. So a dash cam is just always something that I think people should have, because God forbid you get in an accident, your car gets vandalized, you know, whatever, you have some insurance in the sense that your dash cam recorded it for you. So yeah, I'm just going through the box here. I'm gonna pull everything out. Now this camera is actually extremely small. It's smaller than a GoPro, just to kind of give you guys a reference here. This is my hand, obviously. It's very small, smaller than a GoPro, like I said. It's a very basic dash cam. Then of course we have a mount. This is so that way it can run through the cigarette port. Now what I want to try to do is get it wired or hardwired to the car, so I don't have to plug into the cigarette port. That's probably what we're going to be using this pack of wires for. So I've got a buddy coming over to help me install this, hopefully, and yeah, let's get to it. Once again, thank you to Vantrue for sending this out to me. If you guys are interested in this dash cam or any of their other products, make sure to click the link in the description, and you'll also get a percentage off of your order. And my camera won't focus right now, but anyways, let's get to it. So I also purchased a little hard wiring kit for this. So it came with some more wires instead of just plugging it into the cigarette lighter, because I don't want wires all hanging down. We actually bought something that'll plug into one of the empty fuses right in here. It's going to be hard to see, and then we can wire it up through here and around there, so that way you don't see the wiring at all. So if you go to the owner's manual of your car, if you do have a new generation 9.3, it's on page 240. You'll get a diagram for all the fuses in the cabin fuse box. So we're going to use fuse number 13, if it'll focus, which is for accessories. So we're just going to plug in the adapter that they gave us with the hardwire kit right here, and this will connect to the other part of the hardwire kit. I don't know where it is right now, right here, and that will plug into the dash cam, and then we'll wire it through the headliner and everything. So let's get to it. I don't know if my camera focuses so well. Okay, there we go. So now we're just plugging the one end of the hardwire kit into the dash cam right up here. My camera is being terrible at focusing right now, but there you can see the outlet. So we connected the two pieces together. You don't even need to smash this down or anything. It actually connected by itself without having to smash it down to make sure it's on there secure. So now we're just going to plug that in there. We're going to do all the assembly outside of the car, because it's obviously easy doing it now than doing it when it's all inside the car and in the headliner. First off, we're going to plug the fuse from the kit into the empty spot that we have. Remember, it's fuse 13 on the diagram. And next we're going to use the other end of the cable, or the ground cable? Yeah, the ground cable, excuse me, and put it right there on that nut, which you're not going to be able to see. And we're going to tighten that back down. So you can see the ground is right here connected behind this little nut, and then the fuse is plugged in. So now we're going to plug in the camera here, and if we did it right, it should power on. So as you can see, we do have power. Oh, and yep, it is on. So you saw that the camera powered up there, but what we're actually going to do is switch it to a different fuse, because the car was not on when we did that. So that means that the camera is going to be on all the time, and I do not want that to drain my battery. So we're going to switch it to the cigarette lighter fuse, and that means that it'll only be on when the car is on, so that way it won't drain my battery. And doing it this way means I won't have access to the parking mode feature, but that's okay. I really just want to have it running when I'm driving. So let's go ahead and switch out the fuse. So we pulled the fuse for the cigarette lighter, which is fuse 20. Again, you can just look at the fuse diagram for that if you have a new generation 9.3. So then you just plug the old fuse into there, so that way it'll power the camera, and then this end gets plugged into where the old fuse is. Pretty easy. Now we're going to test it again. It should not turn on right now. Sure enough, it's not turned on. Now let's start the car, or just turn to the on position. And yep,
there we go.
There it is. Camera's out of focus again, but it is powered on. So now the next part is probably the tedious part, is to wire it up through here, all the way up around here, and then where we mount the dash cam, which will be somewhere back behind the mirror right here. So how we're gonna do this is just start at the camera end, so that way we don't end up with extra wire. That's gonna be the easiest way to do it. And just kind of start tucking it up through there. As you can see, it's pretty easy to do for the most part. And then we're gonna follow around here to the corner. We're gonna get to this panel right here, and right in this gap, we're gonna stick the wire right in this gap. Follow down the side of the airbag here, through the weather stripping, and come down to the fuse box and basically shove everything extra into there. You're just gonna push that in at the end?
Yeah, just right. I just want to make sure that's not gonna be in front of the airbag.
Shove all that in there.
Just seal it up.
All right.
There we go.
Now tuck that in right there.
Pop it open a little bit just to see so it won't get in the airbag way.
Master Tech Willie is aligning it, making sure the angle is all good. And as you can see from out here, it's pretty discreet. I mean, it's a very small camera. It's smaller than a GoPro. It's pretty well hidden. It's not gonna be visible to me. All right, so as you can see, it's all tucked in very nicely. You can see it sticks out just a little bit here versus this side over here where it sits more flush. The two panels here sit more flush. It sticks out just a tiny bit, but you're not going to notice it. You can just see a tiny little bit of wire right there. But overall, extremely clean install. Very easy to. These are very easy to install. So you can get a link for this specific dash cam down below in the description. If you guys want the hard wiring kit too, that's another $15, and you can get all this for under $100. So pretty good deal for a dash cam. Something that can really save you in case you're in an accident, or just to have that peace of mind. But now we're gonna go take the car out, get some footage. It's actually dark out right now, so we're gonna get some footage at night, and then in the morning I'll go back out and I'll take off some of the footage from the morning. So let's go ahead and go see how the footage looks. Alright guys, so here we are looking at some of the footage from the camera. One thing that I've been told and that I've noticed that you should always look at with these dash cams are if you can read license plates. And now at night, of course, this camera is going to be at a disadvantage. Any camera is going to be at a disadvantage. But you can see as we pull up to the light here, once you're maybe about 20 feet away from the car or so, that's when you can start to see the license plate. Now this camera is 1080p. I also want to apologize that my windshield is not 100% clean, so I'm sorry about that. But you'll see as this van pulls away from the light here that we are able to see the license plate until he probably gets about 20 or 30 feet away here. And right here I wanted to throw this in because this asshole who made the left turn then tried to merge into my lane doing 10 miles an hour when I was doing like 60. So yeah, I just felt like throwing that in there as well. But here again, another example of the license plate. That's just one of the big things that I'm looking for. You can read the street signs and everything. Everything's very clear outside of that. Now that red car on the right there, you can't read his license plate, but you notice as we come up to this sign here that's overhead, you can read it pretty easily from a far distance. Now moving to the daytime footage, this is just some footage going through downtown Phoenix. Once again, the license plates are going to be everything's going to be a bit better during the day, just because you have natural lighting. So you can see that, I mean, you can read the car wash sign there on the right, you can't read the license plate of that red truck up there, but you can read a lot of stuff. So with that being said, guys, that's just a very quick overview of this dash cam with some example footage. Overall, I do think it turned out, it is a good camera for the money. I mean, this is something that I would buy with my own money, let me put it that way. So if you guys are interested, once again, there will be a link in the description for this product. And you did just see a Turbo X Sport Combi right there. If you are following me on Instagram, you would already know that I have an exciting video with that coming probably next upload. So look forward to that review on a Turbo X Sport Combi. With that being said, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Check your body.